Today, we're diving into James Gunn's new DC universe. But was it worth the wait or just another failed DC universe? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Michael and Trevor Show. I'm Superman,
And I'm Ultraman.
and on today's episode, we're going to be breaking down the brand new DCU movie, Superman.
Yeah, we have been looking forward to this one, so let's jump right into it. We got the movie obviously directed by James Gunn, leading the new DC universe here, starring David Cornsweet as Superman. I almost said Batman. Rachel Brosnahan, Lois Lane, and then Nicholas Hoult playing Lex Luthor here. So you want to give us a little description of what this movie's about?
Yeah, so if you guys have ever seen a Superman movie, you know kind of what the concept is
Yeah.
with Superman. I really think the thing that I loved about this movie is it actually we don't have that origin story because we've seen it how many times. This is 3 years after he becomes Superman, and it feels to me kind of like you're reading the comics. This is a comic book that we just read, and you can feel the universe of the DCU in there,
Yeah.
but it's somewhat of a contained story as well. It doesn't set up for more things to come like some
No.
movies have been doing. It gives us little breadcrumbs, more for us to get excited for.
Yeah, for sure. And we do see, Supergirl in this movie. Is that a spoiler? I feel like most people knew that coming
Yeah,
into
we'll
this.
see. I
Well,
wouldn't say the other one though right now.
oh no, I wouldn't say the other one. But if you're a fan, you kind of know some of the things coming, and Supergirl's one of them. So
Yeah.
that's one thing we see in there. But yeah, that's one of the first things you mentioned is like it felt really comic booky, like coming out of it. Like what made you feel like that?
I felt like it was
Just
just
the
like
story?
it was a good story. The characters had a little bit of cheese to them, which I loved.
It was a little cheesy,
it
but like
it's felt superhero like comic book like in my opinion.
yeah.
It felt like a lived in universe, and it felt new to us, even though we know how Superman is. But I guess coming from Zack Snyder's very dark DC
Yeah.
universe, I guess he did Man of Steel and all that. This is a lot happier, a lot more comic book like, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of humor in this,
Yes.
with still like seriousness and like emotion. There's like one scene that's like, the movie's not. I'm not gonna say like completely lighthearted, but there is a lot of like jokes and humor in it. And then that one scene, you know what I'm talking about, where
Yeah.
Lex Luthor shows why he's a big asshole,
Yeah.
petty asshole. But it does good of mixing those two things.
And this is obviously written by James Gunn as well. It
Yeah.
has his mannerisms. If you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy
Oh yeah.
or the Suicide Squad, you know kind of how his writing is. And I'm a huge fan of James Gunn, so they just made me even more excited to see Superman.
Yeah, the writing didn't surprise me at all. Like that's exactly what I would have expected as James. Like the jokes were good. Our theater, you were laughing. The whole theater was laughing at a lot of the jokes in there. So they actually did a good job.
And I will say, we saw this. The first showing was at 2 o'clock. We saw this in 3D as well. So
Oh yeah.
I guess we're just seeing premium formats from now on. But there was a decent amount of people in there for being 2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2 o'clock on a Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like 10 people, which isn't bad.
Not bad.
Or maybe 15 people.
I think 16 people actually.
16 people. Yeah. But it kind of sucked in our theater because for the first like 5 minutes, the 3D wasn't working. So Trevor actually had to get up out of his seat and
I'm like, hey, you got to fix it.
But yes, getting back to the movie. I mean, David Cornsweet, I think we got to talk. Like, what do we think about him?
Oh, dude. David Cornsweet is Superman.
Yeah.
I was kind of, leery at first, before we saw the movie. But right away, I'm like, dude, this is a new Superman. It's a new feel. It's a little bit different than Reeves' Superman. It's definitely a lot different than Cavill's Superman. But I'm here for it. I'm excited to see him. He is the Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Which is something I can appreciate.
Yeah, and I wonder, like, James Gunn thinking about like who he needs to cast for this, and like David Cornsweet looks like Superman.
Mhm.
Like I can't think of like another actor that probably would have played it as well. And I hadn't seen a lot of his projects. He was in Twisters. He was a minor character in that. I think there was a
He was
couple
in
shows.
Pearl too.
What is it?
Pearl?
Oh,
The Ty West movie.
Okay, I know he was like a big character in a show that I never watched too, but he was really a good fit for this.
Yeah.
And then I thought, yeah,
Rachel
Brosnahan.
Brosnahan did.
Yeah.
She was very good Lois Lane.
Yeah, and then Nicholas Hoult. I mean, he
Dude,
was one of the contenders for Superman. I'm honestly glad he isn't Superman for sure. After seeing this movie,
yeah,
he was a good bald
he was a
Lex Luthor.
great Lex Luthor. He had some sinister energy to him.
Yeah,
He was very, you couldn't tell what was going to happen. And I think it was actually, this is something we haven't even talked about yet, but I think it was really cool how he would go into the talk shows.
Oh yeah,
and it seemed very like realistic. Like he had his intentions, but he also had other intentions, and kind of feels like kind of stuff that's going on in the actual world right now.
yeah. There's definitely been a lot of talk about that, and those like those I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of here,
the
but
forums,
themes, those themes
yeah.
throughout the movie. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I mean, character wise, do we want to talk about the other people?
Let's talk. I mean, yeah, we know Guy Gardner's in it. That's
Sure.
played by
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion. We have Mr. Terrific in there. Hawk Girl. Crypto is freaking awesome.
Oh, and then
Crypto's gonna sell a lot of merchandise.
Yeah, Crypto's awesome. Like,
And
I love a good superhero dog.
And what was the other guy?
Let's see. I think I had
not Mephisto.
Metamorpho.
Yes, Metamorpho
Yeah.
is in it. All those are great characters. The Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, and Mr. Terrific, they were calling themselves the Justice Gang. Justice Gang.
Yeah.
We know what's setting up. Obviously, it's going to be the Justice League, which they're, usually whenever we see the Justice League, it's like Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. So it's cool to see, some of the B tier characters getting into that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job. I mean, we saw more of, I guess, Green Lantern. Yeah, Green Lantern was like pretty funny in this.
Yeah.
And then
great haircut, by the way.
Yeah.
Absolute great haircut.
No, his haircut. Because I've seen him. He was in The Rookie, right? He's like the main guy in The Rookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion's been in, and him.
Well, he's been in a million things. Yeah, but
that haircut was crazy. Has worked a lot with James Gunn.
Oh,
too, in the past. So I think it was
they made a good joke like about the haircut too. Yeah. Like that fit in really well.
All the jokes I think landed for me personally.
Yeah, for sure. And especially like Superman, there's this one scene where he's like the interview scene. If you've seen the trailer, you've seen that, and they have like this little fight thing. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
it's just like he's Superman, this big like guy who saves everyone, but he's also just a normal dude.
And that scene to me was actually pretty cool because he was in his Clark Kent outfit.
Yes,
but he was talking to Lois as Superman. So it was one of those weird things that they would go in, like he would go in between both characters, and you could see that happening. So that's something I really appreciate about the writing. And that scene felt very realistic.
It felt good. Yeah, like sometimes in movie, like we just talked about in Jurassic Park, there was like those one-on-one, just like conversational scenes. Like sometimes don't land that well, but that was like a good scene.
I agree. Yeah, it was very realistic.
Yeah, I mean, what did you think overall of like? Because you think of movies like this, the visuals,
dude,
like how the movie looked. I think it
visually looked fantastic.
Yeah,
I saw some people complain about the CGI. I had no issues really with it.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Now, granted, we did see it in 3D, so it wasn't like
elevates it a little bit. Or maybe, but if it's bad, you see it.
You couldn't. Yeah, but I really liked it. I had no issues. I know people really complain about the Flash, their CGI. Oh, okay. I do agree the CGI in the Flash wasn't great, but it's meaningfully. I think this was on par with other CG movies.
I thought that was good. And that first, I forget what that like weird creature was.
Oh, like the kaiju thing.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. That was a good like first. That was like the first big, I feel like, fight scene that we saw.
Yeah,
and then we saw with all the different Justice Gang characters. That was really good. But yeah, no, I thought the CGI was good. I thought it was cool with the whole concept of, or maybe I'm just not understanding because I don't know if I've seen all the other DC films, but like how the planet, like how they jump into the thing that takes them to like the whatever that planet was called.
The parallel universes and stuff.
Like that was really cool how they did that.
It is, I guess with people watching the Marvel stuff, they know like about parallel universes and whatnot. but I think it's going to set up a lot in this DCU because, from what I'm understanding about James Gunn's new universe, they are bringing characters back that were in the DCEU, and we actually saw one in this movie. We're not going to give out spoilers.
Yeah.
Make sure you watch the movie, but there's just little, 20-second clip. I'm like, yo, look
Yeah.
who's in this movie.
Cool little cameo there.
So I'm excited to see kind of how they go about bringing in characters. I know there are spoilers out there. Allegedly, what's his name? Jason Momoa is playing Lobo in the Supergirl movie. I guess it is confirmed. So we just haven't seen him yet. So I'm very interested in see how they go about that. But kudos to James Gunn for really not making it so we know what's going on, but also kind of keeping us on edge of who they're going to bring in.
Yeah, they didn't really let us know too much.
No, we know that there's people in the parallel universe,
right,
based on the boxes and whatnot that were
true.
underneath.
Yeah,
but we don't know who's in there. So there's definitely.
Well, didn't they? Did they let them out at the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see who's still out there.
Yeah, that is going to be good. Man, I mean, we've talked about a lot of things we like about the movie. Is there anything, I guess, you didn't like or you wish you would have seen more?
I wish there was a larger fight scene in the movie.
Okay.
In my opinion, I just wish there was that big, whoa fight scene. I know there was a very good one at the end.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've really no.
Because it's weird because Lex Luthor's like the villain, but he's not like the one actually doing the fighting.
Correct.
So it's like him versus himself, or him versus.
I guess he kind of is and this is something super cool about this movie. So he was controlling Ultraman, and we're not going to give out spoilers of who Ultraman is.
Yeah.
But we're kind of giving out spoilers as we are. Who knows? If you watch the movie, you'll understand. But he was kind of calling out plays like a football coach.
Yeah, that was.
He was like B15, J11, H11, and it was like codes for Ultraman to actually hit Superman with, which was kind of cool. It was like he was playing a video game.
Yeah, that was cool how they did that. I did like that. And there was the one scene, now I'm thinking of sports, like on the baseball field. Like I thought that was cool they did it on a baseball field, like the one fight.
Yeah, fun fact, I was actually at the Cleveland Guardians field in Ohio.
Oh, he did? I watched an interview with James Gunn. He did say they filmed a lot in Cleveland.
Yeah, so super cool in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. That is kind of cool because everything, they got like the advertisements, but like those are all specific that they made just for the movie, right?
Yeah.
So like
I think they're called the Meteors or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they were called the Meteors.
The baseball team.
So that
Metropolis
was cool.
Meteors, yeah.
But then at the end, like him against Lex Luthor, like Crypto just comes in and starts like beating him up. Basically, like it's kind of just funny.
I'm loving Crypto. He's obviously a cool dog.
Yeah.
And we find out it's not actually Superman, his dog.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
Another thing we won't spoil. Sometimes we get into a lot of spoilers, but we saw this on the opening day, basically.
Yes.
So a lot of people haven't seen the movie yet.
I think this movie sets the tone for the new DCU very, very well, in my opinion. I'm really looking forward to it. I know the next movie is Supergirl that they're coming out with.
Right.
Followed by, I believe, Peacemaker Season 2. And then it's going to be Batman the Brave and the Bold.
Okay.
I'm excited. I was actually excited for Supergirl now. I like Millie Alcock, who's the character playing her. She's been in, a good amount of stuff here.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be interesting having her as the second movie because usually she's been sidelined in a lot of stuff. So they're putting her.
Yeah, that's interesting.
They were having the two superhero, like two Supermen and Supergirl characters, and then we're jumping into Batman, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be like continuation from like where this movie ended, or do you think they'll do more of an origin for her?
That's a great question.
Since they didn't for Superman.
I don't think they're going to do an origin per se because we already saw her wearing the Supergirl uniform in the movie.
Yeah.
So who knows? We'll see. Oh, I feel like the next movie will be kind of like another comic book. And I feel like if they actually did like comic book styles, like this is one contained, but there's breadcrumbs throughout, I think it'd be awesome. Like they've name dropped Belle Reeve in here, which I think was cool because that's definitely going to set up a lot of Batman and obviously Superman villains. So I really am excited to see the new DC universe. I'm
Yeah,
interested to see how it goes against the MCU,
I
because I
know.
know like the whole MCU's kind of, they call it, it's dying right now. I guess superhero movies are dying. So this weekend is really going to show how much of a box office hit or miss the Superman's going to be, to see, I guess, what they're going to do in the future.
I feel like it's got to be a hit. I mean, it's getting really good reception.
It is. I believe it got like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes yesterday, which
Yeah,
is pretty good for Rotten
yeah. I was
Tomatoes.
looking like at a list of James Gunn movies. This is like number 2 of
Yeah,
like better than all the Guardians movies. I was kind of surprised. I was like, dang,
I
these
could see.
Guardians movies are pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, but definitely go watch this movie. Yeah, a
Mhm.
lot of good things, not a lot of bad things. I mean,
Do you
again,
have any? Do
it's
you have anything negative
not
about this movie?
not really. I guess like there was a lot going on. Like I don't think it was stuffy necessarily. Just like you didn't have the origin story. So some things you kind of just jump into. But if you understand like the universe and everything, I think it all makes sense.
Yeah. And that was, I did see a few negatives of people were like, it feels like we were just jumping into the universe. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We don't need the
Exactly.
fluff. We already
No.
got that how many times?
Yeah. And the movie was only 2 hours and 9 minutes, so it
Yeah.
wasn't a super long movie
No.
either.
And that's including the end credit scene, like
Include
all the
yeah,
way, because there is a post credit scene and an or
mid
mid credit
credit
scene
scene.
and then a post credit scene. So it's nice to see them. It's not really necessary, but the more I think about it, I think the end credit scene is actually going to lead to something else.
Huh.
I think it's going to be a big thing it's going to lead to.
I didn't notice that, so you'll have to tell me
So
after
we'll
without
talk about it.
spoiling
We'll talk
anything.
about it.
um,
But yeah, I think it teases some good characters that are coming. I'm excited for the new DCU. Have you seen any of the previous or MCU or DCU, sorry, movies like Suicide Squad,
oh yeah. I mean,
like
I'm not a
Man of
big I'm
Steel?
not a big DCU person, so I definitely haven't seen all of them. But yeah, I've seen Man of Steel. I've seen like the Justice League. Was
How do you
there
feel like the tone was compared from those movies to this
I
film?
mean, I enjoyed this a lot more.
Okay.
Like I know, like you said, it was like Zack Snyder's was more like dark and I don't know. I just like the feel of this. Like we keep coming back saying comic booky. Like I
Yes.
like that. It feels like the actual comic book in a movie.
Yeah. So great job, James Gunn,
Yeah.
setting up this
Good
universe.
stuff. Keep it coming.
Yeah,
I don't
please.
think like not the tone. I don't know if like the visual or the tone. Like I don't think it'll work for every movie. Like it works for this one, but I
Mhm.
don't see it like working like how they made this one specifically. Like I don't know if that'll
And
work with the other
Metropolis
movies.
might look one way. Gotham's going to look another way.
Yeah,
Atlantis is going to look another way. I think that's how he's going to do it. Because
yeah,
James Gunn definitely cares about visuals, just based off everything I've seen before. So I think he's going to be really tailor it to different sections of the land that they're in.
yeah.
So let's dive into our ratings here.
Ooh, all
So
right.
I'm going to go first because
Yeah,
we're going to
go
mix
ahead.
this up a little bit. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10 or
Okay.
a 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. This movie was a very great movie. Like I said, I wish there was a little bit more action in it, but other than that, the acting was fantastic. The story was great. Writing was great. Really set up a lot of world, but it felt like the world was lived in at the same time.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good rating there. I'm on the fence a little bit. This is subject to change, but right now I give it a 4 out of 5 on Letterbox. If I had out of 10, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Mhm.
I could see this moving up to a 4.5. Like it was a very good movie. Um, I think one of the better movies I've seen in the DCU. I've only seen probably, 6 to 7 of the movies, but I mean, probably my favorite Superman movie. I mean, I've never seen any of the old ones. Have you seen the old ones?
Yeah,
Okay.
this was on par for me for the
Yeah.
Reeves Superman
But I'm
movie.
just excited that this movie did land because it just gets you excited for the future of
Yes,
this universe,
which I am.
especially as Marvel. I'm excited for, but I'm not a diehard Marvel fan, so I haven't kept up. There's a lot going on in the Marvel universe, but like this one, it's kind of just like starting again. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Absolutely. Likewise here.
Yeah. So I think that wraps up the review.
Yeah. Go watch this movie. This
Yeah.
is a movie that I'm definitely going to rewatch at least one other time out in theaters. It's a fun movie. Go watch it. Let's go support the new DCU and see where
Yes.
this goes to.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how it does at the box office this
Me
weekend.
too. I'm projecting the total box office to be around $700 million.
700 million.
Yeah. What do you
Wow.
think?
Yeah, I mean, Superman would do numbers like that. Maybe a little bit less. I'll say like 500 million. So we'll see where it goes. But there's just been a lot of good movies. Like, I mean, Jurassic World wasn't great, but that came out last week. We got Fantastic Four in a couple weeks, so a lot of good stuff coming this summer.
It's a superhero summer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram. We got a lot going on here, so stay tuned for more. But as always, I'm Trevor.
And I'm Michael.
Have a great one.
Peace.